Okay, here we go. Tier list time. So this is something I haven't done before. This is gonna be a tier list, but I'm only ranking the ultras. So no top 10, no LFs, no nothing. It's just the ultra units ranking the ultras. That's it. So we have four tiers. We have Z tier, S tier, A tier, and we have the shit tier. So let's just start off with Namagoku. At this point, he's shit. He's not good. Obviously, he's not competitive. He fell off. Even on release, to be fair, like he wasn't like the craziest unit. To be completely honest, like if you were playing back then, he was good. He was okay. He was decent, but he wasn't like, oh my god, this unit is top tier. He's game breaking. I'm not sure if he was even like a top 10 unit. He was like alright. He was alright, but nothing special. And obviously, it's been 3.5 years, so he needs a plat, he needs a Zankai, he needs everything, so he's bad. Vegeta is actually a good unit. I mean, at this point, not really, but back then, when he first came out, I would argue that he was way better than the Namagoku. But he has a very big problem. Obviously, these free-to-play ultras have different ultra abilities than the summonable ones, so they need specific teams. Namagoku needs Saiyans, which is obviously that's fine. That's good. That's a good thing. You need a Saiyans team. That's fine. Vegeta needs a Frieza Saga team, and he loses a lot of buffs. Like I'm pretty sure he's getting like 60% damage inflicted or something like that. And obviously, running a Frieza Saga team is absolute. It's not a good idea, right? Like let's just say that. So although he was at least a decent unit, that definitely held him back even back then. Frieza Saga is obviously terrible. So if you want to run this guy, like you need to run Frieza Saga, otherwise he's losing a lot of damage inflicted. And obviously, even when he gets his full buffs, like he's not that good. So if he loses even more damage, then obviously that's gonna be bad. But Frieza Saga is terrible, so it's like you can't even really run this guy because the team is bad and he is bad. So it's like if you want to run him, you need Frieza Saga, and Frieza Saga, you're running basically a full shit team. I guess you can run maybe like Ginyu Force, and that's maybe your best bet. But even Ginyu Force units need other Ginyu Force characters. Ginyu is fine, but other than that, like I don't know. He's bad. Like that's the point. he's terrible. And I don't even know like what they have to do with this guy because he's so limited by his ultra ability. He needs a Frieza Saga team, and Frieza Saga is like when was Frieza Saga good? Like I guess when the Ginyu Force team came out a year ago, I guess Frieza Saga was pretty decent back then. Like a couple of times where the team was like decent, but overall, like I can't recall a time where Frieza Saga was like top tier. So I don't know like what they're gonna do with this guy because like of course he needs a Zankai, of course he needs a Plat, but his ultra ability is so fucking bad. So that's an interesting one. So he's shit tier, obviously. I'm not gonna rank these guys though. Like I'm not gonna go crazy about the shit tier. A tier we'll see, but shit tier I don't care. They bad, they suck, doesn't really matter. Ultra Omega. Ultra Omega is definitely, I would say he's S tier. He's one of the better better ultras in the game. He's one of the best ones actually with his plat. And GT is actually a very good team. We obviously just got Super Saiyan for Gogeta, so there you go. This guy covers him. He's red. Yeah, GT is one of the better teams in the game. You have Baby as well. You have GT Kid Goku. He's also a solid unit still. Yeah, he's. Oh, I just forgot the new Omega. So yeah, there you go. Like, and with his plat, he's actually a decent unit. So he's definitely S tier. I don't think he's A tier, but we'll see. So this guy, he's not good. I obviously I use him every single now and then, but like he's just not a good unit at this point. He fell off. He fell off hard. Doesn't really do too much damage. He has some good abilities. Obviously, his gauge, the blue card spawning, he destroys your opponent's hand with his blue card, which is like not the biggest deal, but it can be annoying. He gets Indra's Unification when he lands the ultimate, which I don't like that much. He doesn't get it on main, he gets it when he lands the ultimate, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So it's like pretty annoying to deal with that. Yeah, obviously he has the last man standing buffs. At this point he's just not doing too much damage, he's taking a lot of damage. He has cover null on green, like he has potential for sure. It's mainly like damage output. Like if he gets a plat, I think he's gonna be like a very strong unit. Like if he gets like a very good plat, like let's say Ultra Kaioken level plat, yeah, he's gonna be very good. But right now, he's not good. So we have Ultra Kaioken. Obviously, besides Ultra Super Saiyan for Gogeta, this is the other big update when it comes to Ultras. He just got his plat. He's really fucking good actually. Like he's actually a very solid unit. I'm not gonna say he's like top 10, but he's good. He's definitely good. He was actually like a pretty decent unit even before his plat. And by decent, I mean his kit wasn't like terrible. He had a lot of strong stuff. Obviously his damage output wasn't good, and then his defense is like, obviously he was outdated. I'm not saying he was a decent unit, but his kit was good. Like his gauge is really fucking good. He had cover null on main. 30 timer counts actually, obviously the strike lock, the green card spawning, the vanish restore, the card draw speed, obviously when he vanish, he gets card draw speed when he vanishes. So he actually had like a decent base, and he just got a very strong plat. Obviously they buffed his kit even more, so like not only he gets stats, he gets damage. He's also getting cover nullification, a lot of cover nullification. He's also getting type neutral. When he gets below 50%, he's also getting 40% healing twice. So he's obviously way better defensively as well now. Like his plat is extremely fucking good. And yeah, Kaioken is like an actual option now. I would probably say he's like a top 15, top 20 unit at least. I would probably say he's at least a top 20 unit. Top 15-ish, top 20, I would say. I would probably say, like, yeah, he's better than Omega, especially individually. Like, team-wise, maybe you can argue Omega, obviously because of Gogeta. But individually, I would definitely say, like, yeah, Kaioken is the better option. He's the better unit. You can run him on some family. With obviously Ultra Gohan, with Ultimate Gohan. So yeah, like he's very good. He's definitely one of the best Ultras now. Super Vegito, I would say he's A tier. I'm not gonna say he's shit, but I don't think he's good. But he can look decent actually. Like Fusions is obviously one of the best teams in the game, if not the best team, just straight up. He has endurance, he has debuffs, he has stacking card draw speed, his ultimate still hits hard. He gets his vanish back when there is a defeated battle member. His ultimate is type neutral. His green card gives him type neutral. His gauge is whatever, but his gauge still gives him cover nullification, which is nice, and it's free damage also. It can actually do some decent damage. Yeah, like I don't think he's like completely unusable. He's obviously not gonna be broken or he's not gonna carry you, but he can look decent, I think. But that's just my opinion. I have him at 14 stars, so definitely helps. If you have him at 5 stars, yeah, like yeah, sure, he's probably not that good, but at 14 he can look good. Like if you run him on a fusion setup, he can definitely look decent. He definitely needs a plat at this point. I don't think he needs a Zenkai. The same goes for Ultra Super Gogeta, by the way. I don't think he needs a Zenkai. I mean, to be fair, like even Omega didn't get a Zenkai. He just got a plat, and he's like one of the better Ultras now, and he's actually like a decent unit. So yeah, Super Vegito, if he gets a plat, he's gonna be ridiculous. Like if he gets a Kaioken level plat, this guy is going to be fucking crazy, dude. So yeah, like even now he's like okay, like okay-ish. You can use him if you really want to use him. You can win some matches with him. He's not gonna carry you once again, but he's fine. He's definitely way better than these units. Broly, The problem is I only have him at 5 stars. At that point, I would probably say he's not that good. He obviously has the cover change. He also has his gauge, which is pretty decent. But his gauge is not that good. It can work very well. What I like to do with him, I swap him out when his gauge is almost full. And I like to blast armor with him. And then obviously removes your opponent's vanish, and you just get a free combo. So I like to that with him. He also has feint. He also gets like double card draw speed. I'm pretty sure after a few timer counts. He has insane key recovery. At high stars, I think he can actually like do something. So, like once again, I have him at 5, but even then, like he's not like terrible. And of course, if he has like 14-star stats and all that stuff, like he's gonna be way more tanky. His cover change is actually very strong. He can cover change into special moves. So yeah, like he can lock in with his green card. Obviously, you can chain it, but still, like that's still pretty valuable. So yeah, I would probably say he's A tier. I'm not gonna put him here. I definitely think he's better than Gogeta. Like Gogeta, I feel like he has like actually zero value. At least Broly has something. Like he has the cover change, the feint, all that stuff. So Gogeta can't really do anything. Like that's the thing. He's kind of completely useless. Gogeta Blue, S tier. I would say Omega above Gogeta Blue. Like I think individually this guy is still solid. He's not crazy. But like before Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and I think that that's the main issue with this guy, he's replaced. But before Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I was still using this guy. Like I had him on the team and he was doing fine. I have him at 14 stars, obviously that helps. But this guy was doing completely fine. Like he was actually a really solid unit against Ultra Gohan. Obviously Ultra Gohan was like a top 2 unit before Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He was doing fine. So yeah, I think I need another tier. I think I think I should do another tier. But for now, yeah, like Gogeta Blue is S tier. He's still good. He's just replaced, but he's still actually a good unit. His gauge is very good. He does decent damage, especially after 60 timer counts. He can go type neutral. He has endurance notification on his rush. So yeah, he does a lot. Like he's actually still a very solid unit. Hit, A tier. Yeah, I don't really see Hit being too valuable. Universe Raps is also a blast team. You can run him on powerful opponent, I guess. That should work. But yeah, A tier. I don't really know, like I don't really care, honestly. Like A tier is like whatever. I don't think I'm gonna go crazy about like ranking these guys. Like who is better, Hit or Ultra Broly? I don't know, man. Like to be fair, I would probably say Hit. But like yeah, like these guys are not the greatest, so it doesn't really matter. Rose, I would say he's A tier as well. His gauge is a big problem. He needs a lot of time to get his gauge, and then he gets cover null. And when he gets going, Ultra Rose can still look good, but yeah, that's his problem. He needs a lot of time, but he still has like Paralyze, the Bleed, Triple Ultimate. He can go type neutral on main. Yeah, like he can still look decent, but he needs a lot of time, and he's very situational. So that is his problem. Other than that, like he can actually look good when he gets going. Ultra Kid Buu, A tier. Yeah, I don't have it on unit by the way, so it is what it is. But yeah, like I think Ultra Kid Buu actually should be like a decent unit, especially since Ultra Gogeta is in the game and he's purple. Obviously, Ultimate Gohan is also purple, and he's one of the better units in the game. He's like a top 3, top 4 unit. So yeah, like, and he has uncancelable endurance. Like if he's on the battlefield, I'm pretty sure Gogeta can't kill him with his ultimate. You can't rush him with Vegito. So yeah, like he actually has some decent value, I think, if you really want to run him. But Do you want to run him? Probably not. So I think A tier is fine. Once again, I'm not gonna really like rank these units because I feel like you don't run them anyways. So yeah, Ultra VB, probably S tier. Yeah, I don't really think he's like super good. I don't think he's like, but he's definitely not bad, right? Like he's not the craziest, but he's not bad, especially at high stars. Once again, I only have him at 7, so that definitely hurts. But even then, like he can do some stuff. His damage removal is still very strong. Obviously, Gogeta and Vegito Blue is a very strong duo. Gogeta can lock you in, Vegito can remove your vanish, and if you get the ultimate, it's pretty much the purple LF perfect Cell thing. Like Cell dies, he locks you in, Vegito enters the battlefield, removes your vanish, you use your ultimate and kill someone. And that's obviously a very strong duo, so he's not bad for sure. I think he's definitely S tier at least. I don't think he's in A tier. Once again, he's not the craziest, but obviously Ultra Gohan is not that relevant anymore. I think that was one of his biggest issues, that Ultra Gohan just completely fucking kills this character. Like, you can't fucking do anything because Gohan just counters you. The same goes for Ultra UI. Ultra UI also fell off a little bit and he's not that relevant anymore. So this guy is actually way better now. Because you don't have those strike counter gauges running around everywhere. Obviously Gogeta has a gauge, but he counters everything, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I think S tier is fine, above Gogeta Blue. Above, should I put him above Omega? Maybe. I think this could be argued. I'm okay with Omega being above Vegito Blue. I don't think he's above Kaioken. I think Kaioken is way better, like individually. Even if like team wise, like yeah, Vegito has fusions, but like individually this guy is way better. I don't think it's like close, to be honest. Janemba, A tier, I guess. He's like okay-ish. And we have the big 4, obviously. So it's kind of crazy that all of these units fell off a little bit. Like Ultra UI was like a top 3 unit for... Basically he was like a top 3 unit until Gogeta came out, which is crazy because Gogeta is actually purple, so that's kind of funny. But he was like a top 3 option, like top 5. At least like a top 5 unit until Gogeta came out. Gohan was at least a top 3 unit. Before Gogeta, I would probably say he was like a top 2 unit, maybe top 1. But he was like the best with Ultimate Gohan, and Frieza was obviously very, very strong as well. They definitely fell off a little bit. At least they are not that relevant in the current meta. So, I mean, the thing is, this guy is Z tier. But I don't want to put these guys in the same tier as Gogeta. And at the same time, I also feel like these units should be above these guys. So I'm gonna do another tier, and this is gonna be S plus tier. So we have S plus tier, and I think these guys are S plus tier. Maybe you can argue Kaioken is S plus. I'm gonna say that ranking these guys is actually not that... It's not that easy because like they are not that relevant, like they are not really around anymore, but they are also like arguably top 10. Like I think you can make an argument for all of these 3 that they are like top 10. I would say probably UI. Gohan, I don't see Gohan at all. Like Gohan is not in a good spot. Obviously this guy is running around everywhere. Ultimate Gohan is everywhere. At least I see Ultimate Gohan a lot. Majin Buu Saga is very strong. I also see this guy with Ultimate Gohan, so that's also a setup. And at least this guy is yellow, so he can deal with those purples, and he also has the lock, which obviously Gogeta can counter that, but still like you can catch units with the counter, like, or sorry, with the lock. So I don't want people to act like yeah, sure, like now we have Gogeta, so who cares? He can lock in, like who cares? Because Gogeta just counters it. Sure, sometimes sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes you just catch someone and kill someone, so that's also a thing. If you use it correctly and if you use it smartly. Of course, if you're gonna be a dickhead and just waste it, yeah, like, of course. I would probably say this. Ultra Golden Frieza. I don't see Frieza at all. What is his best team, like PO? Movies or PO? Movies has Frieza, Gogeta Blue. Like, who has, like, God Goku? I guess God Goku. Like, PO has Frieza, Zamasu. Who is your third option? I don't even know. So yeah, like, I don't know, man. Golden Frieza is definitely like a very strong unit. Individually, especially. But I just don't see him. I don't really see a reason to run this unit. I would probably say this. UI, Frieza, Gohan. Gohan is green. Like, that's his main issue. Like, he's just fucking green. Like, man, Gohan is not really doing too much. In the Gogeta meta. In the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta meta. And once again, like, Gogeta and Ultimate Gohan is actually a pretty popular setup. So I see that setup pretty often. This guy can't really do anything. Like, of course he can. Like, he's still individually like one of the best units in the game. But it's tough. It is tough and it is very situational. So yeah, I would probably say, like, if I'm ranking these units, like, who has more value, I would probably say UI. I would definitely pick UI over these two, and I would probably pick Frieza over Gohan. And yeah, I'm not gonna put Kaioken above Gohan. Like, I think that's a little bit like, okay, like, we are getting a little bit crazy with that. Like, Gohan individually is still, like, he's a top 5 unit probably. Like, he probably is. Like, he's crazy. Individually, he's fucking ridiculous. It's just not a good meta for him. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this. Like, obviously Super Saiyan for Gogeta. That's why I made a new tier. I don't think you can put any other ultras in his tier. I think he's just a league, like a tier above all the rest. He's definitely like the unit. It's not even Z tier. It's God tier. He's just the god of legends. Like, if I would do a tier list and, like, I would have all the units here, like all the alives, the fusions, Ultimate Gohan, I would probably still put Gogeta in his own tier. Maybe Vegito could be there because, like, obviously Vegito, I think his rush is just so valuable and Gogeta doesn't really have anything against that. So if you land his rush, it's just a guaranteed kill. But still, like, I think Gogeta, like, overall, I would probably still say, like, yeah, he's a tier above the rest. But yeah, if we are talking about just the ultras, definitely. So Gogeta is number 1, obviously. Own tier for sure. No other unit comes close to him. After that, it's probably UI. I would probably say, like, once again, like, if I had to pick a unit, like, let's say I want to win PvP matches, right? Like, I'm grinding God rank, and for some reason I have these options. I'm picking UI probably. After that, it's probably Frieza and yeah, like, Gohan. Kaioken, yeah, I think Kaioken is actually, like, extremely good. He's like a top 15-20 unit in my opinion. Vegito Blue, Omega, I think these guys are interchangeable. I think you can put Omega above Vegito, and after that it's Gogeta Blue, and we have these guys. I'm not gonna rank these guys. I don't really care, and we are not gonna rank the shit tier either. It's kind of crazy that I only have Super Gogeta in shit tier, but once again, like, if I'm, like, comparing Gogeta to all these units, I'm definitely picking any of these guys. Like, Janemba has the gauge, he definitely does way more damage, double ultimate, he can destroy Dragon Balls, like, he has way more value, I think, and he's just just a way better unit. Same goes for Kid Buu. The AoE green card, the endurance. Broly has the cover change, the feint, insane key recovery, card roll speed. Heat has the time skip, and even if you don't have the time skip, he actually does decent damage. He has cover null when he uses a green. Rose, once again, he gets going. He can actually look decent. Like if he gets going with his gauge and all that stuff, like peak, this guy is S tier, I think. Like you can definitely put him in S tier, but like that's his problem. He needs time. And Vegito is just overall like he's just a better unit. He has endurance, card draw speed stacking, the debuffs, the ultimate. Like this guy doesn't really have anything at this point. He doesn't do enough damage. He doesn't really do anything. Like he has some good stuff in his kit, which could be good, but like that's the thing. Like yeah, sure. When he's last man standing, he can do some stuff, but at this point he's not doing enough damage, so it's not gonna make a crazy comeback for you most likely. So yeah, like this is my I'm gonna go with this. This is my ultra tier list. Yeah, I think this is fine. You can definitely, once again, A tier, and these two tiers are not in order. I'm not gonna waste my time ordering these guys. I don't think it matters too much. S tier is in order, but you can, once again, I think Omega could be above Vegito Blue. It's like, which one do you prefer? You prefer Omega's defense, or you prefer Vegito's vanish removal and ultimate combo, right? Which one do you prefer? I think it could go either way. S tier, I think these three are close. I think these three are like low top 10, all of them. So once again, which one do you prefer? Personally, if I had to choose, I'm going with UI. Ultra Kaioken, very, very strong with his plat. So yeah, I think he deserves S+. And Gogeta, yeah, like, it's just, I mean, I don't think I have to explain this further. So yeah, this is my ultra tier list. Let me know what you guys think about this. Agree, disagree, all that stuff. Comment, like, sub, all that good stuff. I appreciate it, and hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.